Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2022 West Shore Community College Student Awards Ceremony. Tonight, we celebrate the outstanding achievements of our talented and dedicated West Shore students. Please welcome your host for this evening, Dr. Mark Kinney, Vice President of Academics and Student Services, Darby Johnson, Dean of Arts and Sciences, and Ted Ball, Professor of Music Studies and Director of Performing Arts.
Welcome. Darby and I will be hosting tonight while Mark Kinney is on special assignment. There's a long tradition of recognizing student achievement and accomplishments at West Shore. We are so excited to be back here with you in person and with our viewers online.
Tonight, the faculty, staff, and administration of West Shore Community College have the honor of commemorating student excellence inside and outside of the classroom. Students, we are here to celebrate you. You have remained resilient in the face of unprecedented challenges, persisted, exceeded expectations, and made us proud to be part of the West Shore community. Congratulations to each and every one of you here tonight and watching online.
I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to the WSCC Board of Trustees, President Scott Ward, our entire production staff, our distinguished presenters, and all of you, the audience members both here with us, in person, and online. Thank you for supporting our award recipients.
So, without further ado, let's get on with the show. First up are the Student Organizations and Activities Program Awards, fondly known as the SOAPs. Please join me in welcoming Annie Jacobson, Director of Enrollment and Student Engagement, and Dr. Matthew Sanderson, Professor of Philosophy and Ethics, to present the SOAP Awards.
Good evening, everyone. The purpose of the SOAP Awards is to highlight excellence outside of the classroom and recognize achievements in student clubs and student life. We will begin with the award for Best New RSO, or Registered Student Organization. This RSO is being recognized for their consistency, inclusivity, and their contribution to the betterment of our campus. The club is centered around a team sport, which encourages students not only to come together and build community, but to move, which we know positively impacts our mental health and wellness. They meet every Friday in the Rec Center gym, and each week many students and community members join in on their fun. The winner of the Best New RSO Award is the Soccer Club. Our next award is for the Best RSO Event. This event is one of the few sponsored by an organization other than Student Senate this year, and its purpose was to build awareness and educate the student body about the RSO itself and about issues impacting our students who identify as LGBTQ+. This event required initiative from participants to start a conversation and help students learn about one another's experiences. As the event title indicates, all questions were received equally. In being so open and receptive, the RSO who hosted this event demonstrated the courage and vulnerability required of us all to begin the often challenging but rewarding journey of exploring our differences to find common ground. The winner of the Best RSO Event is Ask Me Anything by Haven. Our next award is for the most altruistic RSO. The purpose of this student club is to support those receiving cancer treatment and their loved ones. This group is service and community-oriented and met regularly throughout the year. They hosted several informal fundraisers, such as shoveling driveways and raking leaves, in order to raise money to donate to the American Cancer Society. The winner of the most altruistic RSO award is the Cancer and Awareness Support Club. Next is the award for the Best Reinvigorated RSO. This student club has been very active on campus many years ago, and we were so excited that our current students have brought it back to life. Many of you have likely seen them outside each week, sword battling on the lawn outside the Shaner Campus Center. These meetings showcase the importance of connection, creativity, and play, reminding us all that sometimes the best thing we can do for ourselves is to take a break and have some fun. The winner of the Best Reinvigorated RSO Award is LARP. Our next SOAP award is for the Best RSO Officer. This student leader is president of the Philosophy Club, where he consistently held meetings each week for the entire academic year to discuss current events, abstract concepts, and big ideas. He demonstrated West Shore's core value of professionalism by preparing in advance, sending out discussion questions to group members ahead of time, and he moderated the discussions in a way that promoted inclusivity and allowed everyone to be involved. The winner of the Best RSO Officer Award is Luke Swanson. Our next award is the RSO Leadership Legacy Award. Typically, this award is given to one student who has made a lasting impact on student life during their tenure as a West Shore Community College student, showing great leadership over an extended period of time. This year, however, I have the honor of presenting two students with a Leadership Legacy Award. The first recipient has served on Student Senate for 2 years, first as secretary and then as president. During that time, he also served as a student representative on the campus-wide student success team and president's leadership team. He has advocated for expanding mental health services on campus and adding all-gender restrooms. He has enriched and enhanced our campus community by helping to organize campus activities, encouraging us to broach topics riddled with controversy, such as when he coordinated and moderated a discussion about COVID-19, racial justice and their intersection in the fall of 2020, with epidemiologist and former Michigan gubernatorial candidate Dr. Abdul El-Sayed. As a Senate, we've experienced some challenging moments over the past 2 years, and this student has been tasked with having difficult conversations, which he has handled with kindness and compassion. It is my pleasure to present the first Leadership Legacy Award to Sam Gillette. And the second recipient of the RSO Leadership Legacy Award has served on Student Senate for 2 years in the role of Student Life Coordinator, one of the most difficult officer positions on Senate. As Student Life Coordinator, she led the Student Life Committee in organizing events for the entire campus, adapting last year to the limits of virtual events during the pandemic to keep student life going. She explored options like online scavenger hunts around campus, using apps like Goose Chase, and then once again adjusted as we moved back to more in-person offerings this year. She's organized, reliable, and professional, and more importantly, she is inclusive and ensures that everybody knows that they belong. She maintains a stellar sense of humor in the midst of all of her responsibilities, both on and off campus. She's also just an all-around cool human being. I am pleased to announce that the winner of the second Leadership Legacy Award is Hannah Kanzaki.
Congratulations to all of the SOAP Award winners. Next, we will recognize students who will be graduating with academic distinction. Those graduating with honors have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.5 to 3.74. Those graduating with high honors have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.75 to 4.0. Honorees, when you see your name on the screen, please stand and remain standing so we can recognize your accomplishments. Roll the credits. So we've already done so, but let's give one more big round of applause for our students graduating with honors and high honors. Your hard work has truly paid off, and you may pick up your certificates at the front entrance of the building following the ceremony.
Next up are the Outstanding Student Awards. For over 25 years, students have been selected by faculty to commemorate noteworthy accomplishments and leadership in a field of study. Tonight's recipients are leaders and role models for their fellow students, and they're inspirations to us. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Connie Schwass, Professor of Accounting and Chair of Business, to the podium to present the first award, Outstanding Student in Business.
Well, good evening, students, family, friends, right? Gosh, what a great night. To take just a few moments to congratulate all of you on your hard work and commitment to become part of this West Shore Community College family. I'm really proud of all of the students out here. As the chair of the business division, though, it is my great privilege to present the outstanding student in business. But it was with great collaboration on the part of my fellow business faculty, Katie Stewart and Kellen Petzak, that the criteria for these students were considered to be outstanding. The criteria is twofold. First, a high level of academic excellence, very important. But the second one, probably even more so, is a demonstrated commitment to the field of business. This year's student has demonstrated both academic excellence as well as a very strong commitment to his chosen field. He started out with a goal in mind in ASM Tech and never missed a step. He wanted to be an accountant. Oh, my heart. He completed his AS degree last year in general studies, but then just kept right on going and continued all of his courses this year that are aligning perfectly with his next goal, which is a bachelor's degree in accounting. His commitment to the business field was very clear as he completed his first accounting internship right here in our very own business office at West Shore Community College. He found his home. And then, immediately, he found a full-time position in accounting while completing all of his advanced accounting courses. To say the least, and simply, this is a remarkable student. It is my great pleasure to announce that this year's outstanding business student is Derek Stewart.
Our next award is for a standing student in communications. Please join me in welcoming Professor John Wolf to the podium.
Good evening, everybody. Our winner this year has been a superb student in several of my division's courses. He has consistently demonstrated excellent writing and speaking skills, but he has also consistently gone beyond the mere rote fulfillment of his assignments. In fact, he never speaks or writes a word unless it springs from his sense of the moral realities that come with putting words on paper or letting them leave our lips. No. This student's candle burns with a rare purpose. He is the classical Renaissance man whose vision helps him discover connections amongst a variety of disciplines. He understands, a colleague said, the many ways in which a communicator's environments affect their interactions with others. I was particularly impressed, she said, by his theory of conflict mitigation, work that connects the disciplines of communications, sociology, and psychology. Our winner has also provided research support for our division. He has, said another colleague, been a godsend for me on not just one, but 3 major research projects, going quite a way further than the extra mile. I, too, found his research prowess invaluable when he meticulously read and evaluated a new fact-checking unit for my writing courses. He's a better researcher than me at this point. But our winner's talents go beyond theory and research. I will never forget, for example, his final assignment in my Introduction to Shakespeare class. It was, and I kid you not, a 10-chapter, beautifully illustrated book entitled Enigmata Incarnate, The Immortal Prince Hamlet. He is also the author of several compelling stories and poems and the former student editor of the college's literary magazine, Dark Matter. So, the winner of the Communications Student of the Year Award is Endio Mitchell.
Our next award is for the Outstanding Student in Education. Please join me in welcoming Sean Henney, Professor of English and Education, to the podium.
This is really great. What's cool for me about this is that I know most of these students, I've had most of them in class, but I didn't know all these amazing things that they did besides all the beautiful writing that they did. So this is just really cool for me to hear all these things about them. I'm going to go off script just a second, Darby, sorry about this. But it occurs to me that a really good thing to do right now, if you guys don't mind, you've been clapping a lot, right? You're just enjoying the energy of that. But think for a minute, if you would please, about a teacher that made a difference for you. It doesn't matter, kindergarten all the way through graduate school, wherever it was, some teacher that put a hand on your shoulder or taught you some way to figure out differential equations, I don't care what it was. Think about that teacher for a minute. Can we give that teacher, whoever that teacher was, a round of applause? Just applaud that teacher. Thank you for doing that. The reason why I wanted you to do that is because the woman I'm going to introduce to you tonight will be a teacher like that. She'll do that kind of thing. The last several years have been tough on all of us, but one group that has had it especially challenging has been teachers who have had to deal with the shutdowns and the online learning on their own and their students' stress during the pandemic. We know more than ever that we need dedicated, compassionate folks going into education who can bring a new energy and a joy and a hope to the profession, and this outstanding student will do that. She is currently taking her 5th education class here at West Shore. So far, she's earned A's in all of them because she's determined, hardworking, and academically strong. All of her work has been at the highest level throughout her coursework. But what makes her stand out and earn this award tonight are the topics she has chosen to work on and the tremendous heart she has brought to working on them. Last fall, in my Intro to Education course, she worked on a project proposing ways to mitigate the impact of middle grade transfer. Here's what that means. She was concerned for students who were getting lost in the transition between elementary and middle school, so she brainstormed creative solutions for mitigating their stress, helping them to academic and personal success. She shared with me recently that her whole middle school in heart is actually using a technique she advocated. This semester, she's been working on another tough problem, summer learning loss, and how a long summer without school particularly disadvantages children in poverty. With this project, too, she has brought tremendous creativity and vision, as well as excellent academic skills to propose effective solutions. I know whatever school district ends up with this future educator will be lucky to have such a powerful problem solver and dedicated individual on their staff. The well-deserved title of Outstanding Student in Education goes to Jennifer Hernandez.
Our next award is for the Outstanding Student in Music. Oh, Ted, will you please come announce the award?
The recipient of this year's Music Award is a true example of determination and perseverance. I have known the recipient since his high school years, where I saw enormous musical potential. When he came to WSCC as a full-time college freshman, there was much musical work to be done. Like many students who aspire to be college athletes or musicians, reality sinks in quickly. The work necessary to be successful is indeed daunting. The recipient auditioned for the MSU Jazz Studies program during the 2020-2021 academic year, and unfortunately, he was turned down due to some extreme competition. And instead of rolling over, feeling bad, he doubled down, finding a place to practice in a studio on campus where he spent hundreds of hours listening, transcribing, practicing, learning the language of jazz. This recipient's playing has improved threefold, immensely. Everyone who has played music with this individual has witnessed his progress. His college of choice is still undetermined. However, I can guarantee that you will hear him on recordings and feature music events in the near future. I am sincerely proud of this young man. The winner of the WSCC Outstanding Student in Music Award is Mr. Mason Marks.
Next up is our Outstanding Student in Philosophy Award. Would you please join me in asking Dr. Matt Sanderson to please come to the podium to present the award?
Good evening. Wait for this quaint music to stop. I'm delighted to present this award for Outstanding Student in Philosophy. I want to give this student this award in part for the wonderful work he's done in my courses. All his work has been very thoughtful, contemplative, and full of very deep thinking. The philosopher Spinoza famously said that true philosophy always challenges the status quo. This student has embodied this spirit in all his coursework for me. He's particularly good at questioning his own beliefs and assumptions. He always approaches new ideas and theories in a very genuine and humble way. He truly wants to know what he can learn from each new philosophy. When he writes about material that is new to him, you can see him trying on the idea for size to see how it fits his life and how it can enrich his understanding of the world. No idea is too strange or counterintuitive for him. He finds value in it all. I also want to give him this award for the fine job he's done as president of the Philosophy Club this year. Student participation in clubs has been way down since COVID first hit, and yet this student has kept the Philosophy Club afloat all year. He has held meetings every week. Before each meeting, he sends out the meeting topic and a list of questions for participants to reflect upon prior to joining the discussion. Then he runs the meetings like the world's best podcast host, way better than Joe Rogan. It really is an amazing thing to watch. Every student who attends tells me that he makes them feel welcome and valued and like he cares about what they have to say, and yet he doesn't make them feel pressured to speak or intimidated in any way. I've honestly learned a lot about how to ask people deep and thought-provoking questions from observing him moderate the Philosophy Club meetings this year. I wish to thank this student very wholeheartedly for everything he's contributed to the club and to my courses. The recipient for this year's Outstanding Student in Philosophy is Luke Swanson.
And our last Outstanding Student Award of the night is for Social Sciences. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Erwin Salimos, Professor of Sociology, to the podium.
It is nice music. So best for last, social sciences. Good evening, students, parents, family, friends, and my dear colleagues. My name's Erwin Salimos. I'm the professor of sociology here at West Shore Community College. Every year, the social science division gets together to select an outstanding social science student. In making our decision, we aim to select one student who has demonstrated a consistent and outstanding work in social science courses. In our estimate, this year's recipient is a model of what a student can be and what a student should be. He approaches his studies in such a professional manner, with great curiosity, and most importantly, with the willingness to push himself in his academic, intellectual, and personal growth. It has been my personal pleasure to teach this student over the last 2 years, and I want to thank him personally for his hard work and his dedication, for being our student and for being my student, and for approaching his education in this professional manner. This fall, this student will be attending the U of M, and I want to sincerely congratulate him for a wonderful accomplishment. And all I have to say, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, is that they're damn lucky to have him as a student. And we have been very lucky as well. So this year, the outstanding student for social sciences is Sam Gillette.
The Outstanding Graduate Awards recognize the highest degree of student accomplishment at West Shore. To qualify, graduates must have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher and demonstrate effective communication, critical and creative thinking, professionalism, also known as West Shore's core abilities. The core abilities are institution-wide learning outcomes designed to prepare students for academic, professional, and personal success. 2 awards are given each year, one for arts and sciences majors and one for occupational program majors. Darby, could you please come to the podium to announce the Outstanding Graduate Awards?
My pleasure. Thank you, Ted. The first award I'm honored to announce is for the Outstanding Graduate in Arts and Sciences. Leonardo da Vinci wrote, "Study the science of art. Study the art of sciences. Develop your senses, learn to see, realize that everything connects to everything else." A science graduate, songwriter, and vocal powerhouse in West Shore's Jazz Band, the recipient of this year's Outstanding Graduate in Arts and Sciences embodies Da Vinci's sage advice. She recognizes the power of connecting what she has learned across the curriculum to her academic, professional, and personal pursuits. Science and music form the harmony in the soundtrack of her life. Jo Grahusky, her physics professor, told me she is unintimidated by difficult work. She stays calm, collected, and doesn't complain in the face of a challenge. She should be proud of the work she has done, and her strong character promises a bright future. In just a few weeks, she will begin her studies at Wayne State in Detroit to become a radiation therapy technician with a focus on oncology. She cites music as a pathway to help her work effectively with a diverse group of patients, to build empathy and human connection in the most challenging of circumstances. According to her music professor, Ted Malt, her gift for vocal music will serve her well as a creative outlet in this important work. At West Shore's Jazz Ensemble concert last week, she sang, "It wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. We certainly believe in her." The winner of West Shore Community College's Outstanding Graduate in Arts and Sciences is Taylor Makowicki. All right, last award of the night, the Outstanding Graduate in Occupational Programs. Aristotle wrote, "Where the needs of the world and your talents cross, there lies your vocation." The recipient of this year's Outstanding Graduate in Occupational Programs has heeded that call, gone above and beyond in her studies, and excelled in her chosen field of nursing. Professor Christy Richards describes her as caring, respectful, and compassionate. She notes that she always comes to class early, eager to learn. She will take any opportunity to turn in an assignment early and seek feedback to create a polished product. She is not afraid to step back and critically think through a class or a lab. A hard worker and a top student in clinical as well, she is excellent at bedside and has good rapport with patients and staff alike, and is a leader among her peers. Opportunities to hone her skills in effective communication, critical and creative thinking, and professionalism at West Shore have prepared her well in her work as a medical assistant and care team lead. She believes that the three core abilities are essential to her success as a nurse and as a human being. Next week, she will take the NCLEX exam and interview for an ER nurse position. Professor Dwayne Kelly is confident she will be a fabulous nurse, noting that she has a perfect blend of academic smarts and bedside nursing skills. He would entrust the care of his family to her, perhaps the greatest compliment of all. The winner of the WSCC Outstanding Graduate in Occupational Programs is Kelsey Teets.
That concludes the 2022 West Shore Community College Student Awards Ceremony. Thank you all for attending, and best of luck to all WSCC graduates. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
And that's a wrap.
Oh, you got a spot in your eye?
No, just like, it was just really close. Like, there wasn't a spot in my eye.
Oh, it was always red? Or did it get like, when I mean, like, did it...
No, it didn't do that. I was just like, oh, I just wasn't, I just know it would be that bright.
Why did they put the house music on?
Yeah, we'll do that again. Good job, Ted. Good, thank you. Nice work, Ted,
Oh,
as
hey.
always.
Yeah, well, thank you for congratulating